as the dust settles on another successful Perth Corporate Rumble. Number 11. Today we review the coaches, fighters, the fights, and the guest commentators who entertain the crowd all evening. Special thanks to Gobsmacked, Cablewise, and the plethora of fight and fighter sponsors who made the October 7 event possible. So for the final time in 2023, welcome to the Perth Corporate Rumble interview sessions. I'm Mike Aldrin, not to be here. On October 7, 20...
So we're a week gone. Week and a bit gone.
Week and a bit gone. Jeez, that's flown. We normally get into this earlier. Something that I did find funny. And just let everyone know that we are going to give out tips. We actually do tip prior. And out of the 13 fights, there's going to be 13 people unhappy because I didn't tip them. So if you're a bit sensitive, don't listen to what I'm going to say. Let's get into these fights straight off the bat. Firstly, it was a great evening.
Great evening.
Did it go quicker than normal?
As in, did you feel the overall time was quicker?
I know there was one less fight.
Or did you feel like, yeah, but we started later, remember? Because of the doctor issue. The wayward doc took a wrong turn.
Dr. Nick Ravior couldn't find the Grand Ballroom. I
actually felt like it went quicker.
I think I paced myself a bit better. That's what I did. I knew what I was in for.
Yeah.
And I paced myself. I had my waters. I was doing well. Anyhow, let's get into this. It was a great evening, everyone who attended. First off the bat, fight one, we had Matty the Stinger Ravior. Ravior? Is that how you say it? I've been saying Ravier. If it's wrong, I'm sorry.
I feel Revier's right. What have you written here? UD.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's my program. I read the decisions on there.
Did you? I just circled the winners.
Yeah, and then I didn't let it dry, and then I closed all the sheets. See, that's why they're all stuck together.
Is that why?
First off the bat, who did you tip for fight one? I'll tell you then, because you obviously did zero preparation. I went Jasmine. Only because I saw Jasmine train a lot more, and Jasmine came in. Jasmine's a perfect example of someone who has never boxed before and how far you can come in 8 weeks, because she was fantastic considering a total beginner at the start. Came out, did a great job. Maddie, was that Sean Strickland with a wig on? Maddie stood there for 3 rounds straight up like that, and every time Jasmine came in, whack for 3 rounds. Maddie did well. I saw Maddie's ankle before it started, and I was a little bit concerned about that. I knew she had a little bit of an ankle injury prior, but her ankle was like a balloon before the fight. And I said, "Is it hurting?" She goes, "No." But you know it was hurting.
Well, I don't know, 8 Nurofen, and it might not have been hurting.
I reckon she reckons I was going to say something to Jazz. I didn't say anything. Jeez, I'm not a snitch. Who did you pick? I picked Jasmine. Can't be beat.
I picked the Stinger.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't think I saw the Stinger train enough. I saw them spar together. But good on you, Matty, for getting it done. But Jasmine, fine performance for a beginner. Absolutely excellent. Next up, females fight of the night. And the one I was excited for this, and probably Chris Dodge and Abernathy, and the main event were my 3. This one here, who did you go?
I went the Devil.
You're just going to say all the winners, aren't you? Oh, spoiler alert, everyone. We're going to go through the winners. I saw Maddie train. Maddie, Jesus Christ, Bella. And personally, it's just my opinion, and this isn't an opinion shared amongst the whole PCR community, so this is just me. I thought Bella, in training, was the best female fighter that I've seen in the PCR. I know training is different to a fight. I knew Danielle was a good fighter, but I hadn't seen her train that much.
But I've played a lot of sports growing up, and I've known those people. No, okay. not well.
I've watched a lot of sports growing up.
But you've had those people that have, in training they look unreal. They train their house down. They're putting in work. Yeah. And they're the best in training. They're the hardest runner. She
had Wiley Scott in a corner. Wiley Scott can fight.
And then come game day,
that's a bit harsh.
It happens, but people think, is it nerves? Is it you know, is it just when you're training, you're comfortable, you know, you feel like you can't make a mistake and stuff, and then when you get on the big stage, you freeze up a little bit. You know, don't know what it is.
If she could have put it together, I think maybe it was a bit of shock at the start. Also, in training, this is what I find it different, is in training, you can just say you're sparring and then you spar hard, and then you get hit with like a good one, an uppercut, and you're sort of sent back a little bit. In training, what does your opponent do? They stop and they go like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Whereas in a fight, get hit. No stop. You've got 20 more coming at you straight away.
Yeah.
It's a complete. It cannot be replicated unless someone in sparring tries to knock you out.
Yeah.
Which you'd never do because we're just amateurs here. We're not professionals. In saying that, Danielle the Devil Devilleres, in my opinion, put on the greatest performance of a female boxer that I have ever seen at PCR. She came out absolutely throwing bombs.
Absolutely.
For 3 rounds. She had the tank. She missed the first 4 weeks of training due to frolicking in the Swiss Alps. And it's come back. I know.
After she training.
She was up a big bear. She's done. But that was the greatest female performance I have ever seen by Danielle. She was just absolutely outstanding. I don't think anyone that has fought female fighter before could have beaten Danielle on that night. I'm talking about Joey Paul, who's had amateur fights, Jackie Toth, Juddy. I think Danielle was better.
Yeah.
She was absolutely outstanding.
She looked really good, really crisp.
2-0 at this point in time, the blue team. Fight 3.
I had Barry.
Did you?
I had Barry.
So did I. And I know Alex Torres is going to get shitty with this because he's the one that commented, reckons that we were favouring Barry too much on the commentary in round 3. We did talk him up a bit. I believe he won round 3. That's why I was talking up. Alex is just fuming right now.
Hey, he got the decision.
He did. I tell you what the turning point for me was in this fight.
Alex coming out to Queen.
Oh, and the dancing in the ring. That was sensational. Is when Barry landed a couple of beauties on Alec, and Alec took them and came back, and it didn't faze him at all. And I just thought, there's a man, we spoke about before, being able to take a punch and then have more punches coming at you.
Yeah.
Because of his MMA training and what Alex has done prior. I know Barry's done some amateur fights before, but when I saw the way that Alex reacted to getting hit, some beauties, I went, oh, this guy knows what he's doing.
He was very calm and composed when he got hit.
He was going to be a problem. And he did what he had to. And he didn't. The crowd was off him when he hip tossed Barry at one point, and then I think did he hit him after the bell or something? Well, it wasn't hard.
I think it was a close one, but he definitely didn't have the crowd inside.
He didn't care. He did not care,
which is weird because I didn't think the crowd. I didn't think there would be good guys and bad guys in amateur PCR boxing, but I mean, here we are. Alex made himself the bad guy.
Listen, Barry still put on a wonderful performance.
Barry fought well. Barry fought really well.
He did, and that was a UD to Alex. You know what? I think it's fair. It was close, but I think it was fair.
It's not a robbery.
There were no robberies this time.
No,
there was no.
We had one. We had a few last time, but we won't get into that. I'll get upset.
Would you be happy if there was more draws?
No.
Really? Is that just me? I think that's me. I've got a problem.
You don't want anyone to go home sad.
I think that's it.
I don't have a stake in this. I don't care. If you're sad, eat shit. No, I think I think the reward. Obviously, you want to go out and win.
Yeah.
And those that go out in there and fight, they want to win. But I think that your friends, your family, the supporters, everyone around you, just happy you're in there.
Which is how it should be.
A lot of these people have never thrown a punch in their life, and here they are. They do 8 weeks of intensive boxing training with 2 of WA's best boxing coaches, and then they go out there and fight for the applause of a drunken audience.
Yeah, you are right.
And you know that, half the reward is just going out there and doing it because never done it.
Yeah, I think that's more my. That's a me problem as opposed to anyone else. I would just want draws across the board. I would. I'd be like what's his name? Who ref the Shevchenko Grasso fight? Mike Bell. I'd be like Mike Bell. I would just automatically give 2 rounds to one person and then a 10-8 in the third. I would be the worst judge. Next up, fight 4. We got the milkshakes. I'm sorry I keep using that song in your Instagram post, but I'll keep doing it. Okay, Innie, knock him out, he burns. Oh, nickname. Should have been more work to it. Anyway, her nickname was matched by Ain't No Mercy, questionable, by Jess Coleman. These two, who did you go?
I went Innie just based off Jess just looks like too nice of a human.
She is. She's a wonderful human being.
And I remember you messaged after you did her interview and you were like, she was just so lovely and just so down to earth and what a great human. And I just went, that is not the person you want fighting.
In saying that, Jess kept coming forward.
Oh, no quit.
I did tip Innie. Sorry, Jess. I did tip Innie in this one. Only because I saw the improvement. I saw an improvement in both, but I saw the improvement in Innie, especially in that last 2 weeks. Now, something that, if you watch the videos are all up on YouTube, by the way. Did you see the 75 punch left-right combo by Innie? For 1 round,
I didn't
swear,
stop.
She just did that for 1 round and just kept coming. 0 defense. Just kept punching.
Yeah, she didn't stop.
She did a great job. They both did. Innie got the win. 4-0 at this point. 4-0. Starting to wonder what do you reckon's happening backstage with the red team when they're 4-0 down?
Well, you got to remember, their coaches aren't at the back with them. The coaches stay ringside.
But they know. There's a TV out
they
the back.
They know, obviously. But I think it would be a huge disservice because you haven't got Nige. You haven't got Agent 42.
Craig. He does look like the guy from Hitman, doesn't he?
Like he came out also with he came out dressed as him. Also, he had gloves. You can't tell me that's not intentional. The man, someone has clued onto that man of media and video games. He found a PlayStation. He played Hitman, and he's realised that he looks like him.
Do you know I went to school with him? No really? Joke. With Craig.
That's amazing.
I know. We've seen some shit in our day, both of us.
So you haven't got your coaches there. So if I was the red team, you've maybe got, I don't know how they run it. You've maybe got a few, because sometimes there's an extra corner man, or maybe there might be one of the other people that helped out the red team in camp and stuff. You might have one of them backstage. But then you've just got the fighters.
You'd also have that drunken former fighter in there.
You would. who's telling them about the one time they did it 4 years ago. You'd be nervous. You don't have your coaches there. All you have is each other. And this is all your first time. You're as nervous as each other. Yeah,
How many times do you reckon you'd have to go to the toilet before that fight? You know, the nervous one?
I'd live in there. I'd live in there. I'd have the live stream on my phone, just wouldn't leave.
4-1. 4-0, sorry. The blue team when Magic Mike McCormack, who came out with one of the greatest neck chains that I have ever seen.
That was pretty cool.
Against Dirty Dave Bosniak. Dirty Dave, sponsored by Precrit Australia. This one here, Dave had the height, and Magic Mike was a guy that I've seen train where on a bag, he's sort of the opposite. On the bag, I thought he was a little bit standoffish, but when he got like on the pads and got in there, Dave, I don't know if Mike just backed himself, I thought he did well. Like on the bag, I thought he's a little bit hesitant, but in the ring, I thought he was good. They both wanted it close. This was a split decision, wasn't it?
This was very close. This fight
split. I don't know. How would you? We do know the difference between watching it where we're sitting and watching it on the TV, like watching it back. And often the result can be very different once you've actually watched it back. Who'd you tip?
I think I went Magic Mike just based on youth.
I did. I thought, but Dave, the pride of High Wycombe, Dave. No, He's not the pride of High Wycombe. That was Chris Dodge. He's Nollamara is where Dirty Dave's from.
Jeez, we're really representing the suburbs at the PCR, aren't we?
Hey, I'm trying. Nothing wrong with these suburbs. I thought that Mike, just because he had a bit of youth on his side, I thought Mike would maybe steal round 2 and 3.
Yeah,
I thought that Dave was going to maybe just tire out. They both tired out, but still, Dave seemed to find something in that third round when it was.
He did.
What do you reckon? I think 1 and 3. The majority must have given it 1 and 3 to Dave,
so.
And
one of the judges maybe gone 2 and 3, or 1 and 2.
1 and 2 for Magic Mike. Yeah. I think that's right. I hope everyone understands the scoring system here.
The 10-9 must system.
10-9 my system, unless you're Chris Bell. All right, so that were 5-0 by this point. Fight 6.
Fight 6.
Right, Richard Taylor against Michael Sugar Ray Vermey. Michael Sugar Ray Vermey's face looked like GSP's after he fought Johnny Hendricks. Did you see Sugar Ray's face after it? He said,
I didn't get a good look at it.
He said, I bruise easy. That's the reason. But his face was in a bad way.
I remember seeing it during the fight. I think round 2 I got a look at it, and it already looked pretty beaten up.
Yeah, it's on the cheeks and everything. But how's the size of Richard?
Richard's a big boy.
He was a
big boy.
And he came in here, but he was so much bigger. I think he had about 15 kilos on him.
He would have had 15.
And Sugar Ray was short notice. Sugar Ray, this is what I was told the game plan prior to going in there. Like I get little bits of advice and tips from the fighters and from the coaches prior, but I don't say a word because I'm not a snitch. But Sugar Ray had a plan to go in there, and Richard's going to crack the shits here. I actually tipped Michael Vermey for this one. I know. And listen,
wow.
Richard, I know.
Why?
I think it's because Michael's been in there before. This is his second PCR. He's quite frustrated in that first one. I do recall seeing that. And I just thought with the game plan and with Richard had one of his biceps is torn. I don't know if they're going to get in trouble with the commission. Anyway, allegedly, this is hypothetically. If you say that, I think it makes it right. Hypothetically, Richard had tears in both his biceps.
No, didn't he might have do it in the fight also? Allegedly.
Some say allegedly he'd already had the surgery booked in prior to the fight. Allegedly.
That's just because he knew what might happen.
What might happen.
He was hedging his bets.
I thought, due to the injuries, that's why that and the game plan of Michael Vermey, I thought that's why Michael was going to get up. That's nothing against Richard. That was just due to injury, and that's how I felt.
Okay.
Now, Richard 2-ton Taylor used all of those 2-ton. He just he's massive.
Massive.
So much bigger than I thought.
Had good cardio.
Great gas tank.
Had good cardio.
Did you see his arm? I saw his arm in the corner, and he rolled his arm over, and the bicep was sitting about there.
Oh, yeah, it was up here. It rolled all the way up.
Oh, how sore would that have been the next day? How good did he look at the after party as well with the shiny shoes? No, oh my God. Looked good. Looked $1 million. Michael Vermey just came out, and they had the game plan, and he's gone, I'm not doing that game plan. I'm just in here, just throwing bombs. So he came forward, and that was fair. That was a UD to Richard.
Yep.
I think that was fair. I could see the frustration on Michael's face. Kind of like not as bad as the first time he fought, but I could just see he was just angry, just at not at Michael, not at the decision, but just the situation. It's like, he's got these skills, he just cannot get those hands off.
Fight 7, the last of the blue team win streak. It got to 7-0. And did you want me to take the lead on this?
No, I'll take it.
I know this fight affected you.
And that's nothing against Jared at all. The fight 7, I got to admit, fight 7 broke my heart. It threw me probably for about 2 fights.
Yeah, you were probably out of it until the 10th or 11th. Yeah.
Now the only reason, and it's not because I wanted Trent to win, because I didn't want Jared to win. It's not who I wanted to win. I just thought that I would love to see a 3-round with these guys because of the training they've put in, because of Trent, all the work Trent's put in, all the stuff Cable-wise has done over the years. And Trent has been like the backbone of the red team. He seems to motivate people at training. He has just got the best attitude, always positive, kind of like me. A lot of people compare him to me with just what a great guy we are. Yeah.
I don't think anyone's made those
No
comparisons.
one's ever said that.
Now, spoilers for the other fights, but I mean, it's already happened. If you haven't got Instagram, you can look. I think Trent set off a very bad trend here tonight. People fighting for their own title. Obviously, Trent represented by Cable-wise, fighting for the Cable-wise title, lost. The other 2 fights were
For the
people fought for their
TRSWI.
own fight or their own titles. The company that was representing them fighting for that title, they lost. Fighting for your own belt, you went 0-3 that night.
Could be the curse.
It could be a curse.
Joe.
And I know it'd be a thing of pride. You'd want to fight for your company belt. You want to have that PCR belt with your company name. You can hang it in the company. Everyone comes in. Whatever that company is, whatever it is, they come in. People, customers walk in. Yep, bang, there it is. Oh, that looks cool. But it's hanging up in someone else's company. 0-3. 0-3.
And last time Joe and Mason fought for the Studio by Chiara, which is Joe's sister. She was a sponsor, and that's when he fought Mason and lost in the first round. Maybe I didn't pick up on that.
I did. I think I noticed. I only noticed in the
Mongi
fight because I didn't realize that Chris was also total roofing. When I was thinking about that, I forgot about that one. I just saw about the Trent and the Mongi one, but then I went back and I was like, oh wow, Chris as well. 0-3.
Could it be a curse?
I think so.
Could it be the PCR curse?
I think there might be a bit of PCR curse there.
We'll have to go back. We'll have to look. I don't even know what the programs are. There's somewhere around here. I'll have to go back and do some research on it.
It might not have happened every time, and this is purely recency bias, but for this PCR, you did not want to fight for your own belt.
You're right. Maybe if I get in there, one of my conditions are that I have to fight someone who's fighting for their own belt.
That's good. That'd be a great bargaining for next time. Unfortunately, this fight didn't go the distance, and the guy who had the best nickname on the night,
terrible,
amazing, beat a friend of the show and an absolute gentleman. Trent's so nice. He's so nice. But yeah, unfortunately, this only went 1 round.
That was harsh.
It was, but I think ref made the right call.
Oh yeah, there is the rule with the 2 knockdown rule or the standing out count. I do feel at times slightly not so. Firstly, Trent handled it like an absolute champion. I feel a little bit sorry for Jared because how would you celebrate that win?
With about 15 beers.
Yeah, I know, but how would you celebrate? How would you do it? That's why I don't fight, so I never have to go through this. That's one of the reasons.
That's the reason.
Skill, fitness, they're the other reasons.
Yeah, I get it. Like it's, when you win like that, and it's not like saying win like that. Normally, people, you'd say that about Aljamain Sterling, the way he won the title, win like that. Jared TKO'd him, so he didn't win illegally. He didn't win cowardly. He won very legitimately, more legitimately than going to a decision. But I guess just like the whole atmosphere and the fact that Trent's such a big supporter and how much of a nice guy he is. Yeah, you'd probably tone down your celebrations. You'd be very happy. You'd have
He was respectful.
Oh,
you'd
be respectful. But you know what? I think most winners were on the night.
Yeah.
Like I don't think anyone rubs it in and stuff because, like I said, it's amateur. It's 8-week training camp. Go out there to the applause of drunken audience. No one's fighting for world WBA, WBC titles.
If you fought Aljo, though,
I would streak naked if I won.
Oh, imagine.
I would go to his supporters' table and probably pour drinks on them.
I'd be on your table. I wouldn't be.
I know you would. I know you would.
Anyway, I'm dead certain that Trent's going to be involved again. In what role? I'm not too sure whether it's a fighter or a sponsor.
I'd love to see him go again.
He's great, and I believe his band Ravior, I think I pronounced that right. We are going to be using you know what? You know how we've been using the Electric Presidents and all that for our intro music.
Yes,
I'm done with them. I'm done. I cannot deal with that anymore. With a new owner and a new getting permission and YouTube getting on my ass. So we're actually going to be using
Did you know YouTube
Ravior.
has blocked ad block now?
Has it?
Yeah.
So you can't. I don't know.
You can't use ad blocker. It comes up.
Really?
It says YouTube has ad blocker disabled, so you have to disable your ad blocker when you're on YouTube.
Anyhow, I should just get premium. Anyway, and Ravior are doing one of our intro songs now, so thanks, Trent. If I use your song and then I get hit up with copyright from YouTube, I will lose my mind.
Anyway, big ups to Jared.
Well done, Jared.
Great fight.
Well done, Jared. I think I was just off Jared because when I met him, I thought, oh, geez, this guy's in such better condition than me. And his girlfriend looks nice. And I'm mates with his fiancée, okay, so calm down there. Anyway, hello, Hannah.
Fight 8.
Fight 8. Josh Misak versus Billy Bosch.
Bosch.
You knew what Bosch was.
Bosch. You got to say it right, Brad. It's Bosch.
I can't say it. I can't say it properly.
Oh.
I didn't know who Bosch was prior to Billy coming in here, and I could tell you knew exactly who it was. He was up against a man with no nickname, Josh.
Found out
Misak.
Billy's a big character of the local state league soccer, NPL soccer.
Oh, he is too.
Yeah,
He's
he's
down Armidale way, isn't it? From memory,
I think his last club might be Armidale, but I think he's played for a few people know him because I put up the story of him giving the bash, and I had a few people replying saying like, oh, they versed him and whatnot.
Okay, he was good. This one here, Billy Bosch is probably the one person I can give a hard time to, so I will. I tipped Josh Misak for this one. I know Bill is going to crack the shits with me. I tipped Josh only because Josh is like, how would you describe Josh? Josh is like a keg on legs.
Oh,
but can move extremely fast, in and out, very heavy on the back foot. Good fighter. Billy Bosch is a very technical fighter. Had this fadeaway hook shot that he had. Yeah. No, hook shot, some NBA. Had a fadeaway hook that he promised me he was going to deliver. I didn't see him deliver it, so he just lied to me there, Billy. Josh Misak, in, out, always coming forward.
Josh, look, I watched a movie last night. We saw The Creator. Good movie. In The Creator, there's this type of walking bombs, and they're kind of like very cylindrical, like they're robots.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much like, a keg, a very cylindrical shape, has a little head thing that pops out, which is almost about as wide as their body.
Does it have a beard on it?
Arms and legs. And they just run. And
so it looked like Josh Misak.
Yeah. And they just kept running. And last night I was like, that reminds me of Josh Misak.
I gave Josh the first, and then Billy, because the red team were on the verge of going 8-0, 0-8 here. The red team. This is their first win.
Yeah.
And Billy found something in round 2, and you could see when he was fighting, I could see his face. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but just look at Billy's face when he was throwing these. He was putting everything into all of these punches. He wasn't pacing himself anymore. And I think if Josh could have just moved it, when he was getting him in the corner, he was letting him out of the corner.
Yeah.
I think if he could have trapped him in the corner, I think Josh may have been able to hang on and get that win. Was that a UD as well? I can't remember what I wrote that in.
I think so.
Unanimous decision. I think that was fair. I gave Josh one. Josh took it like a champ as well.
Yeah.
The champ he is. And Billy Bosch, well done, son. Well done. Bosch would have been proud. Bosch. The pride of Dagenham. I think I called him that during the... Okay, next up, Fight 9.
Former Metro's DJ.
What was the connection there? Were you like... Is that how you know him?
Yeah, it's how I know of Wilco. Yeah. Oh, Kilco, yeah.
Kilco, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I used to, in my youth, when I was once a a young lad.
Yeah.
And I would attend Metro's Metropolis Fremantle.
Yeah.
And Brandon used to be a DJ there.
I can't say I've ever actually looked at even in my early days, in my younger days, I never actually looked at who the DJ was.
No, I wasn't getting many girls, so I didn't have anywhere else to look. He fought Kai Westside Wong, who genuinely looks like a fighter. Like if you take this photo and you put that into a Perth kickboxing event or a Perth MMA event or a Perth boxing event, like an exact program like this, and you say, yep, he's fighting from, say, Westside Kickboxing Gym, or he's fighting from Eternal MMA, I'd go, yep, he is.
He looked exceptional.
He looked unreal. This man needs to go find a coach. He needs to go find a gym. He needs to go do something, because I think he can be a quality fighter. He had flair. He had rhythm. He was light on his feet. He had great technique.
He was surprising, because I saw so little of him in training. That was more due to me, but I didn't think he was that comfortable in there. Like, I didn't think he was going to look that good in there.
He came out with swagger. Like, he came out ready to go.
He would definitely have turned up to the Crown in a WRX or something.
Oh.
And I had the pleasure of meeting his posse, or his ensemble, or his crew, as I believe he called them. I believe I met his crew, and his crew they're all good, but they were all dressed so well. They were all very polite, and they all probably have been done for speeding at one point in time. They just looked like the type of people that you'd see go through the tunnel and hear, that's so bad. Kai Westside Wong. But I'm going to give it I
had Kai all day. I had Kai all day.
Who did I have? I don't even know who I had in this one. I think I picked Kilco in this one, only because I hadn't seen Kai.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
In saying that, Kilco just kept coming forward. Kilco had more claret down the front of his shirt than anyone on the evening. Maybe Jasmine had a little bit more.
I thought he was done in round one. He got rocked bad in round one. I think he took an 8 count.
No? I don't think he did.
I thought he got close at one point to being finished. And I was like, oh my God, this is not going past this first round. And then it did. And I was like, okay. Then he kept coming. He started throwing some bombs in round 2. But then Kai started coming back. And I was like, okay, it's not going past round 2. And it did. It went all the way. I mean, huge props to Kilco.
Just the chin on him.
Oh
my God.
He did not get finished.
And
he would not go down.
And just kept coming forward. He was, I mean, Kai, this fight was surprising, because firstly, Kai was way better than I thought. But also the fact that Brandon would not stop coming forward, even though he was getting absolutely teed off on. But he was landing some of his own punches, so that's not taking anything away from Kai's chin as well.
No, he did have to eat a few, and he responded really well.
Kilco will have that shirt up. Do you see the blood on the shirt at the end, just straight down the middle? He'll have that framed in the house, telling war stories. Fight 10. Jesus, could someone have calmed down? You know what we've forgot to do? You know what I've just realised we forgot to do? We'll do it at the end, but we forgot.
Clapper?
No, I've got the. What are you talking about? No, I'm talking about. We're still talking about the PCR here for a minute. We forgot to go through our guest judges for each fight.
Guest commentators.
Guest commentators. Sorry, we'll go through that at the end.
I don't care about half of them. There is only one I care about.
Rory.
That man got us cutlery. I will do anything for that man. I will go to Middle Earth for that man. What a man.
Never let Rory near the commentary table ever again. And he didn't even swear.
No.
At all. Kiara did. She dropped the F-bomb about 4 times.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks, Kiara.
She got a potty mouth.
Keeping it classy. Next up here. Now, I didn't know the connection. I sort of did, but I didn't really know the connection between you and Aljo and Razor Raymond Schwartz.
I don't have a connection. I think it's more Aljo.
Yeah. What is the connection?
His mates with him through his girlfriend or something?
Through Aljo's girlfriend. Through Razor's girlfriend.
Through Razor's girlfriend.
I don't understand. Anyway.
Neither.
It doesn't matter.
He was riding him. Aljo was absolutely riding this guy.
I said, what do I say at the start of every event? I say, us three, we have to stay neutral. We can't have our favourites. We have to sit on the fence for everything. And Aljo is like, nah, I'm all Raymond today. So I went, fine, fuck yeah, I'm with Vince. Vince from Invincible Electric. I do have a hat over there somewhere. I should have been wearing that today. This up for the Shift Realty. Will Cleggett was the sponsor of this belt. Will Cleggett, who there was a mix-up. I'll go through that later. There was a mix-up with the guest commentators. That's why Will didn't sit with us. Razor Raymond. Okay, in saying this, I'm going to say this because Aljo's not here to defend himself. Aljo goes, I don't, because he said to me, how do you reckon Raymond will go? And I said, I think he can fight. He'll do very well, but Vince is also a very good fighter, so it'll be interesting. And he goes, oh, Raymond's so nice. I can't see him fighting. I think he's going to get beaten really badly.
Yeah.
So that's it, Aljo. I just dropped you in it. But I knew how powerful Raymond was with his punches, but then I saw how quick Vince was. And Vince was, and this is why I like Vince. I like Raymond as well, but what I like Vince is when Vince throws a punch, he's like, yeah. You know, you got it. That adds 10% power. Everyone knows that. So, and he had a freshly shaved head as well. Did you see that? Oh, it was glorious. Well done, Vince. And he's got a fair crop of hair on him normally. So it's not like if I shaved my head, you go, geez, there's not much difference. But he had a fair crop of hair on him.
But Razor got the win.
Split decision.
Split. I think fair. I think that's fair.
It was too close.
It was too close.
Too close to call. A split decision. Do you see CJ? Firstly, CJ did an outstanding job. But CJ was reading out the actual scorecards at the start. Did you hear that? First couple? He goes 29-28. Yeah, and then it stopped. I know why it stopped, and I completely agree why it was stopped. I will tell you in a minute. I'll tell you later why it was stopped. But with this one, it would have been interesting because it's weird. This one more than any, the score could have been 30-27.
No, I think it was.
Can you let me finish?
No.
Can you let me finish my sentence before you jump down my throat?
Go.
It could have been 30-27, and I would have said, yep, that's believable. Could have been 27-30, and I'd say that's believable. Each round was that close, it could have been anyone's. I couldn't split any of the three.
Yeah. I reckon they probably went 29-28, 29-28, 28-29, something like that.
Maybe. And I think that it'd be good to see where the fight...
Well, we got a sneak look.
What was CJ? What did he...
Did you never see that?
What did he do? He put something in front of us.
Every time there was a split, he would show us the scorecard.
Is that what was going on?
Yes. Why? How did you not pick up on that?
I was lost in CJ's eyes when he came home.
Understandable.
I thought he was giving me his phone number. I was going to say, CJ, my wife's back.
He was
there,
also
mate.
5 meters away, and it's this big in pence. I was like, okay, yeah.
Aljo, I could see.
No, he would show us, and you could kind of see, but he wouldn't. Obviously, do it very briefly. And I don't want to get CJ in trouble, so I'm not going to say anything.
He did a great job. CJ.
Oh, amazing job,
the goat. A lot of people say. Now, Vince. So Razor Raymond got the win, split decision. He was very happy. His partner was very, very happy.
Yeah,
Jeez,
blue team back in the win column after only not being there for two fights. Fight
11. We got Justin Showtime Abernathy, who I invited in here today. Didn't rock up. Bloody Justin.
Oh, so this is who you invited?
Yeah, against Chris Dodge. I asked you. I said, "Do you have a drama with it?" And you said, "No."
I also couldn't think exactly. You just said, "I've invited Justin."
Yeah.
Who's Justin? Could have been anyone.
I did. I tell you exactly what I said because I probably got it here. I said that anyhow, I'm not going into this right now. I'm not arguing with you about this. Justin Showtime Abernathy against Chris
This was close.
Dodge. Firstly, Chris and his partner Tennille. I did have the pleasure of meeting his partner afterwards, who's a delightful young lady. And Chris also is a fantastic young man. Chris just looks crazy.
He looks like the wild man from the Borneo. Looks terrifying.
When he came in with that beard plaited and put that headgear on, I went,
he looks like he eats people. He looks terrifying. But he's also one of those people that would probably look scary, but is just a gentle human.
Oh, every time I've dealt with him, he's been a delight. So he's come out against the baby-faced assassin Justin Showtime Abernathy.
Have you just given him another nickname there?
I'll give him numerous nicknames. Well, he was sending me through music, his walkout music, and he sent me about 40 over the 8 weeks. I couldn't wait for this event to happen just so I didn't get another walkout request from Justin Abernathy. Showtime wanted it. I think with his training and after talking to him, I think that and I'm not saying Chris didn't want it, because I know Chris did, but I just thought Justin, I'm trying to think how to say it without it sounding wrong. I think Chris was, this is going to anger someone. This is my opinion. I think Chris was slightly is the better fighter. I think, and this isn't going, and because now it sounds like I'm having to go at Chris's heart. I'm not having to go at anyone's heart. I believe that Justin's will to win is what got him over the line. I think he copped some stiff, and Chris can hit. Chris can throw punches, and I think this is one that is a split decision. If there was ever a call for a draw, it would have been this one. Yep. I think this one was a draw. I think this was that close. I think Justin, slightly, obviously having youth on his side, may have finished a little bit stronger. Maybe that's what got him the win.
Yep.
But if it went the other way, I wouldn't have been angry. I reckon this should have been a draw. But then you would have had to give a 10-8 round.
Yeah.
If Mike Bell was here, he would have given it a 10-8 round.
Fight 12.
Mongy.
Love that man. I love that man. I'll do anything for that man.
Who did you tip?
Mongy.
I went the dude.
You show me Mongy against Mayweather and I'll tip Mongy.
Mongy's a fantastic human. The Duke father had a big ask of him on the night. Mongy has obviously fought at PCR, I believe it was 8 against Trent the Hood Pope Horwood, and lost by a unanimous decision there. He's come back. He was in people's corner for the last one. Massive supporter of the blue team and the event in itself. Huge support in the crowd. I know we had, who was the guest commentator? I can't remember who the guest commentator was.
I think it might have been, was it Kiara?
Was it
Kiara?
I should get that list up. I'll get the list up. And in saying that, I think the Dukes had a massive ask because he had the crowd behind. He had not the crowd against him, but Mongy had so much support. And this isn't, Mongy has put in the work. Mongy was also another late call-up. So Dukes was one of those guys that laid low in training, just rocked up on time, put the work in, didn't sort of didn't get any attention on himself, just did his job, and he had a massive ask to get in there. Was this a UD to Mongy?
UD.
How's the chin on Dukes though?
Oh, unreal.
Mongy started land in the first. Firstly, did you see the way Dukes came out? I didn't know Justin Poirier was in the building. Did you see him coming out with the arms? I should get it up. I'm not going to get it up, but have a look at the way that Dukes came out in round one. He came out with all the movement. It looked like Dustin Poirier when he came out. No?
I can't remember.
I'm going to get this up. Stand by. Hang on. Stand by.
Just while you're trying to find that.
Okay, you go.
In saying that, so we were talking about how popular Mongy was.
Yeah. It's deserved.
No.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
it is deserved.
Absolutely.
He's a delightful man.
Do you think that influences the judges? Now, keep in mind, these are State Athletic Commission judges, or this has to go through the Athletics Board and stuff like that. But they know they're an amateur event. They know that, would you go, you want to send the crowd home happy? I don't know. I don't want to ever call into integrity, anything like the judges of that.
That's exactly what it sounds like you're doing.
I'm just curious.
I think the judges are professionals, and I don't think.
But do you reckon any sort of judging in any combat sport like that gets
Massively. Have you ever watched a UFC card?
I have.
In the UK.
And I've never...
In the UK. All you got to do is be born in the UK and turn up and you win.
And not get finished.
Oh, even then. There's a DQ or something. I think crowd influence is massive. I think where it can affect mostly is when you are sitting on one side of the ring and you've got your back to something, and just say someone's copped an uppercut or something and you can't see it because of where you're standing, but the crowd, who may have been on the side of the person who threw the uppercut, they could see it. So they go up and like, oh, yeah, make a lot of noise. So I think maybe subconsciously you go, oh, that's another punch they must have landed. Whereas if the people were silent, you wouldn't have known.
Yep.
So maybe that's something in it. The crowd's got to have something to do with it. I don't think they would deliberately give it to the person with the most.
No. I don't think they would either. It's not a popularity contest. But just makes you wonder sometimes if it does have something to do with it.
Well, look at Alex Torres. He was not popular during his fight and he got the win.
True.
He was very unpopular during his fight. He didn't care either.
Show this Dustin Poirier impersonation.
Okay, so that's obviously Dukes there. Okay, just watch the arms. See the movement?
Yeah.
See the movement prior to coming in? The arms coming up.
Yeah.
After about halfway through round one, I thought Dukes may put Mongy down here. Dukes came out all guns blazing, and his round one, I gave him round one.
Well, wasn't that the plan of the blue team?
What the hell was going on here?
The whole night, the blue team had the plan of come out guns blazing and just overwhelm, and it worked.
Yeah. And even the blue team are working. Maybe it's because the jab works so well in the last PCR. Sure. That's why they were doing it again.
Sure.
Look at Maddie, just jabbed.
Sure.
Look at Inika. She just threw jab. No, she just threw
jab cross, jab cross, jab cross, jab cross.
I threw 31 jabs and 32 crosses. Dukes, Mongy was putting together the combos. You could see that extra bit of training and that extra. Yeah, I suppose that's it, is training and experience Mongy was putting together. And they were very impressive, some of those combos. But he was landing some massive punches.
That's why Mongy got the win.
Dukes was... you know what? In the end, it was close. I gave rounds 1 to Duke, round 3 to Mongy. That second round is where it was in question. And I think it was fair. It was close. I think could this be another fight sponsor curse? The third of the evening. This was the TRSWA, Total Roofing Solutions, who have been a massive supporter of that. Just
don't fight for it if you're from there.
That's a good. It's not a good sign, but that's a sign that the judges are fair and they're not influenced by it.
Yes.
Because if they were, you'd go, all right, we're just going to give the belts to the major sponsors. But they didn't.
Sure.
I think the judges did. You know what? I think the refs did a good job this time.
I think the refs did a really good job.
It was the same refs. I'm not bagging them from last time. But I thought the refs did a good job.
Yeah. And so did the judges. I don't think there was a robbery this fight.
No. Are we saying there's been a robbery before?
Oh, there was maybe a one decision which I didn't...
Truthfully in the building.
I might have not agreed with a decision of a fight, but that happens. It's all up to interpretation. It's just mine was right on the 9. This was very wrong.
I'm not saying I disagree with you.
Moving on, fight 13 before I get into trouble.
Fight 13, we had... This is the one I was excited
The main event.
The main event, we got Wiremu.
2 titles on the line.
The last probably 2 weeks is the first time I've spoken to Wiremu, and he's very different. He's a delightful man. He's very different to what I thought. Like I didn't really have an opinion. I never really got to talk to him. But good on you, Wiremu, the laundromat Packy, who took out the main event, became the first double champ and the BMF belt holder. Okay, who did you tip for this one?
I had Wiremu.
I had Ronnie, and I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll tell you why. Is I thought, I've obviously seen both these guys fight before. I thought Wiramu his fight style's a lot like Brezzy. I think he's got a better tank, which he proved. He did that for 3 rounds. He was exceptional. But I don't know how much Wiramu was training. I didn't know how the fitness was going to come in. You can see in that photo there, Wiramu rocked up, and I'm not sure what that is. But if you have a look in the photo there, see the bloodshot eyes on him?
I was going to say, there's something very wrong with his eye.
I saw that.
Has he copped an eye poke or something?
It must have been something. But when I saw him, his eyes were very red, and I went, surely he hasn't turned up to the photo shoot, 10 beers deep. But his improvement in between PCR 8 and now, like in 12 months, he's obviously been boxing.
Did the short turnaround hurt Ronnie?
Nah. Ronnie was a lot bigger this time around. I think Ronnie probably had about an extra 10 kilos on him, but he got very crook about 2 weeks out, Ronnie, but he pushed through him. I think the extra weight actually helped him. He didn't have to worry about dropping.
But Wiramu hasn't fought since PCR 8.
Yeah. He's still very active in sport, though, like with his rugby.
Ronnie fought at the last PCR.
April, yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think Wiramu's probably been boxing a bit more?
Than Ronnie?
Yeah.
No. I think he's been right into his sport. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe he has. He did have... I'm going to point something out. You did actually hear me say it during the fight. And I've got it on... Where the hell is this thing? I've got this on... I actually sent it to him. Oh, no, I didn't send it to him. Where are we? Now, there was this one point in time that just before the fight started... between the main event here, and Wiramu had a couple of cornermen in there I didn't see before. Did you see who Wiramu had in his corner besides the $6 million man?
He had
Mark Damori. I didn't recognise him because of the beard.
No, neither.
Straight away. Tell me this: does Mark Damori look like every single person of the 2 TV series Vikings and Sons of Anarchy all mashed into one, and that's what he looks like, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this, and I'm happy to admit it. I've seen some shit in my day, and I don't let the way people look or anything get to me or really bother me or intimidate me. And Mark Murray was coming down the stairs at the starting round, and we made eye contact, and he stopped. You know when someone stops and eyeballs you? For the first time in my life, I was in fear. I didn't think it was possible for someone to actually intimidate someone just by looking at him. But I thought, oh my God, this is the most terrifying person I've ever seen.
Terrifying.
Absolutely. And I think I said it. Is it here? I think I said it here.
Wiramu's cornerman is the scariest person I've ever seen in my life. Just wanted to point that out. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
He was a terrifying man, and I didn't realize. Firstly, I didn't recognize it was Mark. So afterwards, like, where do I know that guy from? But because I used to be a big fan. Have you seen Mark Damori's boxing record?
He was going to fight. Was it Deontay?
He was up there. I believe he was ranked. Was he ranked? Oh, I'm sure he was top 10 at one point in the world of boxing. And this is
very highly ranked.
This is in the same organisation as Anthony when Joshua had the belt. So this is no joke. He is 41 and 2.
Wow, impressive.
That's not too bad. That's not a bad record.
That's a very nice record.
I don't know if I was a boxer, I'd be 2 and 41. I would be very average.
You'd be getting 2 wins. I think you'd be 0-2 and 41. 2 draws because the other guy fainted from exhaustion.
So he had Mark Damori in his corner. I think it's an unfair advantage. I would put him for a technical loss. All right, so here we go. Main event. Wiramu came out.
He won.
He won. He went for 3 rounds. I think Ronnie he didn't get too much through. Ronnie defended a lot, which was quite good.
But he couldn't attack.
He just couldn't get going. He was just too quick. The speed of Wiramu surprised me.
I think that affected Ronnie big time.
I reckon Wiramu was faster last week than he was when he fought Fraser Harvey 12 months ago. He was good. And you could see the frustration in Ronnie in that round 3 because he's like, geez, this guy's not getting tired.
No.
How would you feel about a 5-rounder as a main event?
No.
Why?
Because of the whole amateur thing.
Go 12.
I don't think it needs to go 5 rounds because then you're going to see possibly the quality drop.
Just in the main event, I'm talking.
Yeah, I know. But what differs, say, okay, even though these guys are 2 ex-PCR guys,
yeah.
if we had another PCR event where it's not 2 ex-PCR guys, it's just 2 randoms.
But the quality of the main event is going up, though. You got to admit, the last few main events have been very good fighters.
They have been very good. I don't see a reason it needs to go 5 rounds.
I think you're right. I think 3 rounds would be enough. And I don't think you could push the fights much past midnight as well.
No.
How did we squeeze in 15 last year? Remember that?
Yeah.
I was exhausted.
I was absolutely rooted after that night. I think I flew out to Vietnam like the next day or the day after or something. I fell asleep on the plane.
Aljo wasn't with us that time.
No,
was
he
it?
wasn't.
That's
He didn't
why,
get the call up.
That's why I enjoyed it so much, I think. So Wiramu Paki got the win, got the belt, triple belt, left with 3. Ronnie still...
Did it end up going 10 and 13? Or 11 and 2?
11 and 2. I'm pretty sure it went 11 and 2. Let's have a quick look back.
Yeah,
11
it was.
and 2, yep. So you got Kai Westside and you got
2, yeah.
Billy Bosch. Overall, I think Blue are ahead. I think it's like 121 to 124.
Wow.
No, hang on. That's not right. I think I had 124 fights. No, that's about right.
I thought it was 50-something.
15 times 10, 1,550. I don't know. I don't know. That sounds about right. I don't know. There's only about 4 fights in it. I do have it written down somewhere. I don't know where it is. So that was it. 11 and 2. Well done to the Blue team. After I chatted to Glenn and Nige prior to see how they reckon they'd go, and obviously they reckon their team
Nige was very confident.
Very confident. And none of them are going to say, I mean, they're going to tell me 14 and 0, or 13 and 0, but you can still see they reckon they're going to get up. I think they both thought they were going to win, I don't know, maybe 8-5. But Blue just came out of the blocks, didn't they?
And I think that affected Red.
I think the girls just got him off to the girls and Alex Torres.
Great start.
So good. And the red fighter, the female red fighters weren't bad.
No.
They were just beaten. Anyway, that's it.
Another PCR event done.
Done. Next one, April 20. Applications. Now, applications open. Let's have a look.
Is
here.
it confirmed April 20?
No. It's probably April 20. I think it is April 20. Is that a Saturday?
I'll get that up for you.
Okay, applications are now open for PCR 12, April 2024. Go to perthcorporaterumble.com.au. That is a long website.
20.
No, it is April 20?
Yeah.
April 20. I'm pretty sure it is April 20. Anyway, get your applications in. We had any applicants? Let's have a quick gander. Somehow they've given me access to it. Let's have a look.
So hang on.
Don't say this number, please, out loud. That's how many applicants we've had right there.
Wow.
Yep. So there's been a couple already, but still plenty to get in there. Plenty of time.
No, hang on. Was it the number on the left or the number on the right?
On the left.
Okay.
The number on the right was the total amount of applicants of all time.
I just shat my jocks.
Could you imagine?
I need to send that link to someone because I have someone very interested in it.
Send a link. Well, why don't you just go perthcorporaterumble.com.au and then do it that way? You don't have to. It's not hard to find. Just go to any of the social media where it says link to the website and it's in a big red block in the top right corner. It's not that hard. What kind of people are you hanging out with that can't find a website? Gee, what is it, your granddad or something? Anyway, that's it. We're done.
We're done.
Thanks to everyone who was involved, everyone who came in, spent the time to come in and chat to me and turn up on the night. Everyone should be very proud of what they've done. Thank you very much to Trent and allowing us to use Ravior's music for our intro and outro. And I'll use it repeatedly and give you 0 commission. And when are we back? We're back April 20. We're back. We still got to do a Grelka episode today, I know. We've got a UFC this weekend. But as for like the interview sessions or the Perth Corporate Rumble sessions as they've been renamed, we're going to probably kick those off again about I don't know, early Feb. I don't know.
Whenever you do.
Yeah, I know. You want to come in and actually help me this time or no?
Probably not.
Okay, at least you're consistent. At least you're here today.
And at least I'm honest.
Thanks. We haven't gone through our guest commentators. We won't do that. We'll do it.
That's all you need to know. Rory. Let that man fight. Next PCR, April 20th. Rory fights.
Do you reckon?
Rory fights.
Do I have guest commentators anywhere here? Commentary notes.
No.
There we do. I do.
Okay.
I was going to cut it out, but we'll fly through this.
All right, we had.
First off, fight one. Carly, stick it to your Stokes. The winner of fight one of the previous PCR. She was good. She sat down early.
We're all talking about these people.
We'll just quickly run through it.
I thought we were just going to read out their names like it's an honour roll.
They spent the time to come and sit with me. I think it's only fair that we show them the respect and go through them.
We showed them enough respect on the night.
Well, look at who's fight two. Do you remember seeing her? We can get into her in a sec. Carly, stick it to your Stokes. Something was wrong with the logo. She emailed me complaining. Anyway, fight two, we had Marnie. You want to go Rio? Jesus, questionable nickname.
She had issues with Aljamain.
Let me just tell you what.
Aljamain reckons he got no
custard pied by Marnie, who was wearing, I don't know, some dress, some big fluffy dress. Aljamain came in to say hello to her, and she's just basically got a custard pie and gone straight in his face. Yeah. I don't want to give you any time. And Aljo came up and complained repeatedly to me about it. Didn't
you mentioned it 5 times before she got to the commentary desk.
I forgot.
And there was probably only half an hour.
I forgot to tell him that she was a commentator as well. I said, by the way. And then it's Aljo. Question 3. I think I've mended the relationship between Malcolm Day and myself. I think Malcolm came in and we had a great time. Remember last time when I was asking him those questions from the last one? I think he cracked the shits with me. I don't know why. Yeah, Malcolm Day came in. He was a delight. He always is. He comes in. He loves an event, doesn't he? He loves putting on a suit. You're not going to comment?
Oh, yeah, no, he does.
Thanks for coming in, Malcolm. He always likes to get in early. Next up, Sarah, the Iron Hook cook. She's about 6 beers deep at this point. 50 by the end of the night after I saw her on the dance floor. She fought Steph, the Dangerous Steva. Jeez, these nicknames need to be
worked on. Terrible.
Sarah Cook. She looked wonderful. She looked wonderful. Jeez, that didn't sound right, did it? Sarah Cook. She's welcome. She's welcome in here anytime. Fight 5. Someone that had his fight here we go. Someone who had his fight cancelled.
Now that I know his last name, I'm going to try and find him on socials.
His social media is something else. It's not Rory Kenner. I'll send it to you. Rory Kenner sat down, and I don't know if everyone knows Rory Kenner, but this man
should.
This man's about like 4 foot wide. He is massive. He's like a wide human being, and he sat next to me and pushed me over, and then they served us dinner, and he spent majority of the time trying to get us cutlery, didn't he? I tell you what was lucky. I'll tell you how lucky. Are you listening to me or are you dicking around on your phone?
I'm finding Rory Kenner's social media. Oh. Yeah, keep talking.
Jesus.
I can multitask. I found it.
Okay, fine. All right, tell me this. This is how much luck I was having. Firstly, the food of the night was delicious. But anyhow, I didn't have any cutlery and I was starving by this point. It was only like fight 5 or something. And they had those big-ass cherry tomato, had that big cherry tomato, and I had nothing. And I had my shirt was crisp, it was white, it was delightful. And I went, I'm not waiting for cutlery. I'm a grown man. I can get this in my mouth. I've thrown this thing in my mouth and I'm bitten into it. You know when you bite into a cherry tomato and it's just pure juice? This one did have the juice. Anyhow, and I had my head down and it has sprayed all the juice, like pretty much the whole.
Oh, did you spill it on yourself?
No. This is tell me luck wasn't on my side. It's because I bit into it and it just sprayed this juice with the seeds and everything, and I could see it went straight down the front of me. You wouldn't read about it. My shirt was crisp. I was looking great. Anyhow, I was wearing suspenders or braces, whatever you call them. Right. I kid you not. I wish it was on camera. I better check some footage in case it was. the whole line of juice
Has
went
gone down the suspender.
straight down the suspender, not one drop on the shirt. And the suspender was black.
Do you know why that happened?
Because I'm a good person.
Because you were sat next to Rory.
He commanded that juice. That was almost the highlight of my night. I mean, besides the fights. I just couldn't believe it. I was stunned. Rory Kenner came in, he just took over. We didn't even introduce him. He just started talking, didn't he?
He's a natural.
He was very one-eyed towards the blue team.
Absolutely.
Very one-eyed towards Big Dirty Dave. Where was he? He was emotional because he was supposed to fight
Cancelled
Cato
on the week.
I know, he was shattered. Fight 6, we had Chiara Dortona, formerly Chiara Clarkson, who pretty much every second word's the F-bomb. Didn't hold back.
I thought we had her later in the night.
No, she was number 6. She was early.
I thought that's why she was dropping so many F-bombs.
Oh, no, that's just how she talks. She does that sober. So Chiara came in. Great week. Number 7, Wiley Scott. The Cavalry Scott. He was co-main event against Alex Wright. He came in. He was handling it well because obviously he was in Bella's corner, did a lot of training with Bella. So some of the questions I actually wrote to him were thinking that possibly Bella was going to win.
Yeah.
And so all of my questions really didn't come out too well.
Breezy
Brezzy didn't rock up.
He was just enjoying himself, and that's okay.
I think that's a win for us. That's nothing against Brezzy because he's a great human being and he would have been very funny on the commentary desk. But when I saw Mason later on in the evening and he told me what Brezzy was like at that point in time, it was probably a safer option. The Brezzy probably a good option there. The Brezzy didn't say it.
5-9.
Stefano Ustini. Did I pronounce that right?
Istini, yeah.
I'm talking about the first name, Stefano.
Stefano, yeah.
Not Stefano.
Yeah, you dropped to Stefano as
Did
you
I?
left, yeah.
Did I?
It was like you champed him almost. You dropped the, nice night, Stefano. And me and Anthony were like, but he's a joy.
He is. That whole Ustini family. I wonder if that brother's ever going to fight. What's his name? The one that was absolutely losing his mind last one. When you were sitting next to the speaker, you had the worst.
Sorry, I was actually a bit busy. I had ringing in one ear and I had looked like I'd just been in just napalm. It's just all this shit on me.
That sparkler. Oh my God. They didn't have the sparklers there this time.
No, they didn't have it this time.
Oh.
Ran out of budget.
Oh, that was something. Next up, Brad Davies. You know what? When Brad Davies came in, he was the guy that was with the PCR from the initial days. He came in. That is just an experienced, well-educated, well-spoken gentleman. I was prepared to leave. I was going to say, you are so good at this, you are making me look like garbage. I'm prepared to hand over the microphone to you. And you can do the rest of the night because you're doing a better job than me.
It was really good.
He's good, isn't he? What a genuine man. Good on him. Next up, Big Pappy. Now, this is where the issue was. Originally, Will was coming in for fight 10 and Brad was for fight 11. So Will came in for fight 10 and saw Brad there. And then I saw Will. And then
I thought he got bumped off.
Yeah. So then there wasn't anyone for the next one, which is a shame because we've had Big Pappy with us before.
Well, we got to get Will then for the next one in April.
He is the owner of Shift Realty, who was.
And I think we should probably get him early in the night.
That would be good.
So let the man enjoy the festivities.
Did you see Aaron Tracy on the other side of the ring as well? Just looking fabulous.
Yes.
He never looks any other way, does he? Fight 12, Leah Domanic, the bad bitch. The bad bitch. I still find that weird saying that. She came in very one-eyed there. She was commentating. She was commentating Mongi. She was commentating Mongi.
Yeah.
That's it. Which I do understand. That.
Oh, absolutely.
I do understand that. Leah, it was great to see Leah. She's a nice person. I do enjoy chatting to her. Last up, for fight, why did they give this girl fight 13? Ashley Bunny.
No, you run the show.
I do not run the show. I just get what I get. I thought that it was risky. I'll be honest. if she decided to indulge in some refreshments during the evening. I thought this was going to be a
To be honest, I think having guest commentators from anything past 7 is a risk.
I thought so, but then remember Jamie the Wild Child West did the main event last time, and I was really worried about what condition he would turn in, and he turned up sober as anything. Remember
True.
last bit? He just proved me wrong. That man restored my faith in people's ability not to get drunk and rock up and be an idiot. That's a big thing.
Couldn't be me.
It wouldn't be you. Ashley Bunny came in, set up a phone in front of her, recorded herself. It was all about Ashley the entire time. Dropped a couple of promos for her own business during the
Shameless plugs. Which we at the PCR love.
I do love a shameless plug. I think we dropped a Grelka comment at the end of it as well.
Possibly.
But Ashley came in. She was good. She overheard some stuff when I hadn't hit record, and she didn't rat on me. So thank you very much for that, Ash. You know what you're talking about. And that was it. That was Fight 13. So that's everyone. Oh, it's a long one today. That's a long review. That's worse than our UFC card reviews. We still got that to do as well. Thank God Aljo's not here. All right, that's it. And I hope everyone was happy with that review. I know there's going to be 13 people that aren't because I didn't tip them. Best fighting. You think you've seen it at PCR? Highest quality?
I think so.
Highest quality. Definitely. There's some of the people in there with the best fighters I've seen come through. Wonder what April's going to bring. Could you better it? Red's going to come back firing in this next one. Nige would have been filthy with that.
It would have been dirty.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. And, interview sessions will kick off again, probably about Feb. If I do get the call off, I don't do anything to ruin my friendship with Glenn and Nige between now and then. We'll see you back then. So thanks, everyone. We'll see you then.